Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to have Brea Banks here with me today from Petit, Monde, and we've got a couple of her dolls, and she has graciously agreed to do an interview with me, so I am really excited to interview her because she is an amazing storyteller. So thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Thanks for letting me be here.
Okay, so first question is what I ask everybody.
Okay.
When you were a kid, did you have a favorite doll? And if so, tell us all about that.
I had so many, and I think I only picked this one because it stayed in my bed every single night. So it has to win, or I feel like that'd be weird. But it was like kind of gross. Sorry, Mom. It was a gross Raggedy Ann doll. It was my mom's. So by the time I got it, it was already probably 25, 30 years old. And it was like a rag doll, like a fabric, wiggly waggly, flat pancake kind of style with the yarn hair and lots of patina from being played with much, and she had sewn for it. And then I have like early memories of trying to pattern, and she was a square, so it was easy. But that was by far my favorite because she went everywhere.
Do you still have her by chance?
I don't. I have no idea where she is. She had many surgeries to reattach limbs. And I think at some point perhaps she just disappeared into the abyss of the trash can. I don't
know. So from that moment of your first doll, can you tell us about what led you to today where you are creating your own dolls?
Obsession. I don't know. I think I love cute things. And so you can tell I don't mind like melancholic, and I don't mind, like I enjoy that too, but I love to be surrounded by cute things. And so I had dolls all through like my tween and teen years, and my family would continue to buy me dolls. And then even through the whole like it being kind of something most people weren't doing anymore, and then as I got older I kind of got really into art and sewing and whatnot, and then I found BJDs specifically on Pinterest, I think. And so I didn't realize they existed, and had I known, this would have started a lot sooner. But once I realized that there were, really even just really high-end dolls, where they were not just cute and I would have enjoyed as a kid, but then once you're an adult, you know, your expectations are way higher, and you want painting that's like incredible and not manufactured, and you want real, you know, hair, and you want all of those things. And so I think once I realized that world existed, all of my hopes and dreams leading up to that were like, oh, this can be art as well. And it hasn't stopped.
It's art that's tactile, that you can play with, that you can like do so many cool things
and
with.
It brings in multiple things, like you're sculpting and you're sewing and you're painting. And then if you have like a brand, you get to do the branding and all of that part. So it's like everything all exists in this one little fun world that you get to make.
So there's two things I want to say about that. The first one, you said you like the happy things, and so it's funny because we were at your table. You have one doll at your table that's kind of frown, but even she looks happy, like in a way. With your other dolls, she even looks, I think we said, like sunshiny. Like she's even though she's pouting, like your world is so happy. So talk about that, like the branding of your world, because it is very unique. You have like a unique color scheme and just kind of the way you present your dolls to the world.
Man, that's a big question. I feel like I love, and I can't help but stay within this kind of whimsical, wonderful world where I guess I imagine that they live in this harmonious, sort of peaceful, childlike, wonder-filled space where, I don't know, I'm an adult now, and I live in a world where life is not rainbows and butterflies and sunshine. And I think for me, the art that I do make other art that can be very dark and melancholic or whatever, at least, but when it comes to the dolls, they're kind of like this safe haven of just peace and fun. But they also come out of dark stuff. So that sad one, I call her Moody Maisie. I sculpted her face. I had kind of started a face, and I finished her whole face in one day. And it was because I had gotten some bad news, and it was really sad. And I was like, I know what I need to do. I need to sculpt. But like Joy, she's super happy, and I sculpted her in a season where I was needing to see a smile as well. So it's kind of like the refreshment of needing all the cute because there's so much.
I love that about your dolls, that you do have like smiling, happy dolls, because that's harder to find. Her husband actually, he's asked me before, why are none of your dolls smiling? Why do they all look sad? And it's like, they're not all sad. And so anytime we see a happy doll, we like to send him pictures. Like, look, there are happy, really awesome dolls out there. They are just harder to find. So I know myself as a collector, I appreciate that you offer that, and I know other collectors do too. So thank you for that. Of all the dolls that you sculpted, do you have a favorite?
I don't know. I think it's always like the most recent one, but I think it's maybe Wonder right now, and it's because she was based off of my niece. But for the first time, I usually base it off of like somebody or one of like the kiddos in my lives, but she turned out looking a lot like her. And so my family likes her right now because she looks like her. And they just have like this, they kind of have like the same, obviously that's not exactly what she looks like, but they carry the same kind of like feel. And so I'm just automatically like, because she's, I mean, I love her, obviously. So it's
so interesting because most artists will say it's the most recent one that I
can't help that,
which is, I think that's kind of cool, like your most recent passion project basically. So from start to finish, like I know you said you sculpted the one in a day and then the one in a season. What did, kind of from start to finish, how long does it usually take you to like do a doll?
The bodies take a very long time. The faces, once I kind of have like the, what would you call it, the mechanisms working, the faces can take just like a couple of weeks if I get some time really like in there. But the bodies, to get them right, I mean, I still, even like the dolls I'm looking at here, I'm still looking at them and thinking, okay, well, I'm probably going to go back and adjust this when I make the next one, because the bodies are so mechanical versus the faces are more just expressive, and they don't have to have a function outside of just the way they look. So the bodies are long term.
And once you have a body, you can kind of use it for multiple faces too. But I'm going to tell you, when I opened her, and I was like, I love her body. Like she poses so well, and like she's the right size. Like she feels good in the hand. She's like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's like the perfect size. What do the kids say? I was gagged when I opened her.
Do they say that? I'm not cool.
Like,
gagged.
They're like, oh, that's so great. Like, I was so excited because she's so, the size is great and the posing is great. I just think I really love the size.
Good.
So talking about sizes, what's your favorite size to work with? Because you've had several different sizes of dolls.
I mean, I think this one right now. I really like the tiny ones. Like anything, like I have another one that's like 6 inches, and then I've done some that are a little bit taller. I mean, I have not a lot of space, so I think there's something to having dolls that are smaller, and they're more cost effective if you're trying to collect something that's like multiple. So I like the smaller ones, and then also clothing them is a nightmare, but it's also fun because you have to learn all the techniques. You know, if I'm clothing a 1/3, that's like sewing toddler clothes. It's not quite as
challenging.
Yeah, it's just not. But like these guys, like just the way you have to turn under, like this shirt, we've tried 3 different ways to turn it under, because you can't do a like stitch over it because it's so tiny. Your machine just won't do it, so that's fun.
So do you make all the clothes for your dolls?
I pattern them all myself, and then I make them all, and my mom helps me, especially once we get into like multiples, because she's better at
knocking them out.
She's good at knocking them out if I need help. But yeah, we design them all, pattern them all, and make them all ourselves.
So you said this right now is like your favorite size to kind of work with, and you do all the painting too, right? That's incredible.
So they're all a little different. I try when there's multiples to make them the same.
Tell us, you told us something really interesting in the program that you did about these eyes. So tell us more about that.
So I started making eyes because I really wanted them to be realistic, and they're expensive to buy realistic ones.
It is.
So I started making eyes, and then the world opened up as to what you can do. So when I designed Wonder, I was thinking through the story actually on our drive home last year from MDCC, and I was thinking about this story of like moms holding their babies and like missing out on sort of reaching the stars. And I was like, yeah, but now as a mom, I don't look at the sky and look at it with like something overwhelming the way I do when I hold my kid. And so I was like, I gotta put stars in her eyes, because that's like where you see that. So it's a teeny tiny piece of confetti that I put between two different layers of clear resin, so it kind of has like a little bit of depth to it.
So is this the first like doll that you started making eyes for, or have you made eyes for the other dolls?
I've made eyes for other dolls too.
That's
I think probably I've transitioned this year to all of them. I think at this point we'll have eyes that I've made.
That's amazing. So speaking of things that you made for your dolls, you made these incredible accessories for our Wonder dolls here. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, so the idea was I wanted to create little props that looked like Wonder and her little sister had made them out of old cardboard boxes. And so I made this little helmet where, I mean, theoretically it would be just like a cardboard box that she very poorly cut a hole out of.
So cool.
And then basically what it does is it opens up, and then it can like fit onto her little head, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all.
Her little pigtails kind of fit in the holes.
And she put magnets.
And there's little magnets, so then you just pop it on her little head, and then she's gonna go to space.
I think it is so cool, and I love the way like you really captured like what a child's
like my bad drawing. We tried really hard to draw badly. My mom was helping me with the wings, and she was like, I can't handle that this doesn't look perfect.
Next time you need some bad drawing, just come see me. I'm here for you.
It's harder than it looks. My goodness. And then she has little wings as well. And there's like little pop bottles on the back, and they're meant to look again like she was going through the recycling. And they're her little jetpack that goes on her back so she can fly off to her dreams.
I love the creativity with that, and like how you thought of everything, and not just thought of everything like the way it looks, but like the little ingenious pieces that you put in to make it easy for collectors, like the little holes for her little space buns, and then the magnets so that you could close her helmet around her head, and then even the little strappies so she could put her. And you were kind of telling us, you know, depending on which way you want to photograph her, you can put the pop bottles to the front or to the back to kind of show her little rockets there, I guess. So I just thought that was a really cool, I think it's just a really cool addition to her. Like it pluses the whole set up by that much to have these little accessories that are made by you. So so I love when an artist does like so many pieces of their own work. So for the dolls themselves, what's kind of your, when you like an idea like this, do you kind of sketch it out first, or do you just have it in your mind and then you kind of like match fabrics to the doll? And how do you kind of, does that make sense when I'm trying to ask, like how do you conceptualize this whole thing?
Just like it's
in here.
It's in here.
Because I know some artists, they sketch the whole thing.
I do sketch a little bit,
outfits and stuff, and then some they just start creating. And I'm fascinated by either because I don't do either, so it's just fascinating to me to know. Yeah,
I think it's both and. I don't think I don't have a method, I would say. It's sort of just like however it gets.
However the creativity flows.
Yeah. There's a quote I love, and who is it from? Oh, from Jane Eyre, and she's talking about her drawing, and she says that she's powerless to execute the things she imagines.
Oh, wow.
And so I always feel like that, and then sometimes I find a medium where like I feel like there's finally like a space where I can execute what's here. And so like seeing Wonder in my head and then on a table, I feel like, oh, it's so nice to not have that tension sometimes.
I bet that's very satisfying, like to get the final thing there.
And sometimes it's even better. And you're like, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
So is there anything else about you artistically, like about your process and your dolls that you would like us to know about?
I don't know. I think I like that. For me, it's a hobby, and it's something that I just enjoy very much. And so I guess I would like to do everything at some point, and I think that's a really fun draw. And so I've been working on casting as well, and I've been marginally successful, but it's very time consuming.
It is.
But just having the ability to do that in like small batches is really cool.
So you've done like casting with molds and
with 3D molds.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so I've been working on learning how to do that, and so and I've been working on shoes and whatnot as well. Obviously, I made these slippers, but working on real like the leather shoes and whatnot as well. So I would love to in the future, at least at some point, maybe not with every doll because that would be impossible.
But have some like artist edition,
where it's like every single ounce of her except maybe the S hooks and the elastic on the inside would be made by me. Yeah,
that's really cool.
That'd be fun.
So a more personal question, because this is something I always love to know. You're a doll artist. What kind of dolls do you personally collect?
Right now, I'm really into ballerina.
Oh,
like
nice.
into it. My
Do
mom
you
even has
repaint
one.
yours? Like,
So I've only bought customs so far.
okay.
But I want to obviously repaint them. It's just hard to find time when you're painting.
When you're doing your
all
own
of these.
dolls,
But that's what I would like to do.
yeah.
And like rerooting their hair.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, all of that. I love their size and they smell like vanilla.
I was gonna say I love the way they smell.
I love
They smell
them.
so good.
And there's something so magical about them. They look realistic but also dollish. I just love them.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Those are
to
my
know.
favorite right now.
I'm trying to think. How can people find you, learn about your work, and follow you and purchase your work?
I've got a website and an email list on the website. I'm not always super active because, again, I'm pretty small batch.
Right.
But I do have a Facebook and an Instagram. Instagram I've been doing for a while. Facebook I just kind of started. But I do have a Facebook now, and I'll always post anytime I'm going to drop something, because kind of in between conventions I'll often like drop a few dolls here and there, and I'll ship them out, and I'll share a lot about the journey of kind of what I'm making as well on there.
Speaking of conventions, this is Modern Doll, so she is here. Do you have any other conventions planned for this year or next year upcoming?
I'm hoping to go to BJDC again in Austin or Georgetown, I guess, theoretically.
Yeah.
Easy driving, whether you
Right.
live there or not. So we'll go there, I'm sure, next summer. That was my first one to go to, and then I'm sure we'll hopefully be here as well.
Yes. So you can look to those two shows as well, because she has, your displays are always, they're so amazing. I'm gonna put some B-roll here of her display, but her displays are so amazing. Lindsay and I are always just, it's sunny and it's happy. And it's like a refreshing, and there's nothing wrong with the darker, theme booths either. But I like that there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can have like the sunny corner of your doll collection beside, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I love that so much. Well, Brea, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me today. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed this so much. And I think that's it. So I will let you get back to the sales room so she can get back to her display. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will link all her information below, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons from Patreon: Lindsay S., Leah W., Doreen Z., Janice H., Mercedes W., Bear Sunflower, Shorna R., Stephanie W., Shalane C., Louisa's Knickknacks, Marty G., Lynn P., Cindy L., Sabrina A., Kitten Cat, Diane B., and Debbie N. Thank you so much for your support. Your support helps me continue bringing you great dolly content. For more information on how you can become a supporter of this channel, please see the description in the video below. Thank you. Help. I saw her. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry.
A blooper reel on this.
Wait, this is good. Okay.